Beloved brothers and sisters, greetings from Cochin. I am your servant for Jesus' sake. You are hearing hidden treasures from the Holy Bible. In Luke's Gospel, chapter 2, verses 1 to 7, we read, In those days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree that a census should be taken of the entire Roman world. This was the first census that took place while Quirinius was governor of Syria, and everyone went to their own town to register. So Joseph also went up from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to Judea, to Bethlehem, the town of David, because he belonged to the house and line of David. And she gave birth to her firstborn, a son. She wrapped him in clothes and placed him in a manger, because there was no guest room available for them. From this, I would like to bring before your attention few important facts. The story of Jesus is not a myth. The first two verses give us the details of the historic accuracy of the birth of Jesus. Caesar Augustus, the adopted son of Julius Caesar, was king, and Quirinius was governor of Syria. Joseph with Mary was living at Nazareth, about 160 kilometers from Bethlehem. Mary was due for confinement. In no way will a husband desire to take a lady in her advanced stage of pregnancy to so far a place on the back of a donkey. But he was forced to move because of king's order. Why did the king give an order like this? Because as per prophecy, Jesus was to be born at Bethlehem, the house of bread, not at Nazareth. So the Lord provoked the heart of the king to give an order for census. In Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 1 says, In the Lord's hand the king's heart is as a stream of water that he channels towards all who please him. All the leaders of the world, how great they may think themselves as, are like puppets in the hand of the mighty God. While they were at Bethlehem, Mary gave birth to Jesus. The labor room for Mary was a cattle shed. The cradle for the King of Glory was the manger. The royal robe was swaddling clothes. The first witness to the birth of the Good Shepherd was the flock in the cattle shed. Another most interesting matter to note is that the creator of innumerable stars in the sky, earth and its fullness, had no room available for him. This is a graphic picture of man's attitude even today. They are so much occupied and busy that they have no room for God in their life. Though he was our creator and the possessor of our life, he still waits patiently, knocking at the door of our heart, seeking an entry. May we willingly open our hearts to the King of Glory and make this Christmas a matter of joy. I am reminded of the story of children who gathered to celebrate the 80th birthday of their father. All the three of his children from abroad arrived home with their family as planned for the celebration. The convenience at home was limited. The sick father, who was occupying one bedroom out of the three, was vacated and brought to the drawing room. As they felt the presence of their father in the drawing room disturbing, they planned to shift him to the storeroom by the side of the kitchen. The children came together to celebrate the birthday of their father, but the father was confined to the dungeon. Is not this true with us? On Christmas we put on new clothes, go to church, eat, drink, dance and exchange gifts. But where is Jesus? Is he occupying the center place or waiting outside and knocking at our door seeking entrance? Is it a Xmas without Jesus or Christmas with Jesus? May God bless you. Thank you for your interest to hear Hidden Treasures.